I mean,
Right.
But
tough love.
right.
Tough love.
Sensei can attest to this right now. Remember the lady that came in here with the husband?
Yeah, I know.
Jamaican lady, some kind of other descent other than here. She had a real distinctive accent. Husband, he watched the class and he wanted his son in here so bad. Wife was not having it. You see what I mean? But I sat here and I told her, this is what we do. You know what I mean? She want to put him in a school out there in the county, you know, whatever the case is. Do what, and I kept telling her, if that's what you want to do, man, go right ahead. I'm not bad mouthing that school. I'm not going to tell you what we do other than what they do because I don't know what they do. But I'm going to tell you in here, yeah, he going to get what we got. You see what I mean? But she was so adamant about it. You know, the husband ain't going to go back and forth with her. Of course. I said, well, I'm sorry, I couldn't help you. He was here. It got him.
Excuse me. And that patch is tell people where you came from.
I'm a go in on what he's talking about.
That patch is like a car with tags on it. You got cars from North Carolina, they got North Carolina tag. You got cars from New York tag. Tags tell you, and these patches basically the same thing. They tell you where you're from, what you're about. And like I said before, from 1965 up to now, this patch and this name is known from New York all the way to California. Because when they used to have tournaments, they used to have international tournaments. International tournaments meant you had guys coming from all over. You know, tournaments may start Friday, 9 o'clock in the morning. You wouldn't leave that tournament sometime 2 o'clock that morning. That's how many people used to be there. We talking about your Bill Wallace. We talking about guys that's in. Yeah, we talking about guys that's in motion pictures right now.
Like Michael John White,
affiliated
with him.
Billy Blanks, you know, Chuck Norris, you know, Bill Wallace, you know, and I can go on and on. June Reeves, you know, Ed Parker, a guy named that came from Ed Parker school. I think his name is Spillman.
Chris Spillman.
Something to that nature, yeah. But the patch is very important. Once people start seeing that patch, they respect that patch. And they may talk BS behind your back. They see that patch, it's all together.
They know what's up.
They know what's up. The truth is in the patch.
Now, the thing is this, alright? That's my first patch. I design and draw my own patch with my own, you know, my own signature. Yeah. But this patch here, and the reason this is up there is because I wear this. I tell anybody and I tell everybody, I'm Shogun. That's why I don't, my colors, this is always going to be on one of my uniforms. You see what I mean? Just because it ain't on my door, don't get it twisted when you walk through my door. You see what I mean? Went to a tournament with him. It's one of these. It's one of those. We was in Virginia. And it was moderate contact, which means don't draw blood. What up? And I was fighting this. He's a big boy, you know, and his father whispered something in his ear. I think I told you since they right at the head. Father whispered something in his ear, you know, and off the word fight, he kicked me in my mouth. Flush. Pow! Woo! Off the word fight. The kick was already coming. And the center judge say, spit your mouthpiece out. So I spit it out. It was full of blood. He said, disqualification. I said, no, don't disqualify him. He said, well, I'm going to have to go get the guy that runs the tournament. So he went and got the guy. And, you know, I was sitting on my feet. He was sitting on his feet. And the guy, he was like, he drew blood. But I had my mouthpiece in my hand. So the guy was like, well, he tapped me on my shoulder, let me see your mouthpiece. And I stood up and turned around, I had this patch on. When I turned around, he never took the mouthpiece. He didn't even look at it again. He looked at the patch and said, Oh, you Shogun. He said,
that
ask him if he still want to fight. He asked me. I said, let him fight. That boy went home with a headache. Father, mad as I don't know what. But the thing is, now, I never really met these people out there in the end. You know, we used to go to tournaments every time they say they giving a tournament here, you know, we all up in cars, we gone. No, we don't do buses. We ain't that kind of school. You know, we all gonna pile up in this little Miata and we gone. But when the guy saw this patch, it was enough said. It was enough said. And I was like, okay, because he already knew what was going to happen. He already knew if I came from this school right here, this fight ain't nowhere near over. It was either going to be in here. You know what I mean? Because it was a sucker shot. But some people got the concept and they actually train for this. Take the fight out the guy.
Lock them up.
Hit him with a shot so severe to them that it scares them into getting gunshot. He's backing away. He don't want to fight.
Take his heart.
Basically, take his heart. You kind of made me madder than I was.
Yeah,
but,
because
you know,
going to reverse of what?
Yes.
Right.
It just make us that more
He
aggressive.
always he said in it, give it back. You take a knife from him, give it back. You know, he hit you, give it back. So me, I want to give it back. You know, I got something for you. And I had just had this hook kick. My uncle, Sensei Bessie, he had me throwing this hook kick all night for about a week. And this hook kick was serious. And off the word fight, I wanted to see if it worked. It worked. And that kick was coming from every angle, man. And like I said, like he said, that patch, this signature right here, I had no name behind it. I had no name behind it. Me and my cousins was the worst two people they wanted to see walk into a tournament. Honestly. He'll tell you, we had people that was signed up to fight. By the time it was time to fight, they was already gone home.
They wasn't.
They was gone. They was gone.
Proof in the practice.
Yes.
Proof is in the practice.
They was gone. But just like he said, that comes from training one way. They train us hard. You know, Shane eyes, if your stances ain't right, you pop, whack. You know, you hit. You on the floor doing leg raises. Sensei on 350 something when, you know, in his weight, standing in your stomach. You know, walking over you. You know, they want to make sure that when you leave out there, you can get hit by a car, and if it ran you over, you'll get up and brush it off and say that stung a little.
Wow.
You know, and that's the mentality I want these guys to have. I want them to have the knowledge to know I can do anything, but have the common sense to say, just because I know don't mean I should. You see what I mean?
Right.
And that's what a lot of people are lacking. You know, these schools get these bad reputations because they got guys out there trying to knock people out. I was boxing for Upton, one of the guys, you know.
Oh, yeah.
The undisciplinedness of him, and you know, I had to pull him up to the side, like, man, look, what's wrong with that? You can't be doing that out. You out here hitting these dudes. These dudes don't play like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, and I didn't want to be the one that had to tell, but I'm an adult. You know, so yeah, I'm gonna let your father know you putting your life in a lot of danger, man. Just because you know don't mean you should. And that's that concept. That's words I give them all the time. You know what I mean? You got to be very aware of what you're doing and where you are and what you know. Because you can put a lot of stuff on YouTube. You can put a lot of stuff on any multimedia service. And you go out here and you get in a situation where, let's say, you really put somebody in the hospital. You know what I mean? And the first thing they say, well, we saw your undisciplinedness on this. You know, you showed there where you just didn't care about the person's well-being.
Right.
All right? If that came to me, I want somebody to say, well, look, this dude kept on walking away from this guy. This dude got hit and they told the guy, this not a fight you want.
Right. You gave him an opportunity to look.
Right.
I'm giving you all the opportunity in the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm showing you, look, I care about what's going to happen to you, and I care about what's going to happen to me if what happened to you going to happen.
Right,
So
right.
I need this not to happen.
Right.
You have to have that common sense, but you get these guys out here, man, and they learn how to kick and punch, and next thing you know, they kicking and punching everything walking.
Right.
And when they sitting in front of that judge,
Or dead.
or
be
they sitting, if they dead, it ain't gonna matter. But when they sit in front of that judge, it ain't an excuse in the world you can come up with.
You gonna say you knew better. Right.
I've been there.
Oh, word?
I've been there.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, I was a hothead, man. Before Shogun, and me running with my cousins and my uncle, Sensei Mike, you know, I had to level out. I had to mellow out, because I was from that era where, like I said, minimum wage was $6.25. My mother wasn't getting nothing really. Single parent home, living in Murphy Homes projects. You had to do what you had to do.
Right.
So, you know, I was at a point where if you called me out, what you want to do? All you had to do is say half those words. I was already swinging. But when it comes down to it, the lady explained it like this. When you look at these dudes in the military, any military, they don't train in boxing. They don't train in wrestling. They train in martial arts. They train in to kill, maim, hurt, destroy, tear, rip, everything, all of that. So every time you put your hands on somebody walking in those streets, consider them a civilian. Consider yourself a high-ranking military personnel. You just put yourself in a world of trouble. You know what I mean? When they say you better off shooting them, they not lying.
You are.
They are not lying. Because it's so much you can do with your hands.
And you don't want to get them indicted.
Yeah, it's so much you can do with your hands. And my thing is this, and this is what Sensei and them helped me realize real fast. When you realize what your body is capable of and what your mind is capable of, when you don't have a barrier anymore, you know, you don't have a concept of I'm not able. You don't have that concept. You tend to shy away from things. You know what I mean? If you really into the art, you take the art for what it is. Your training, your discipline, your respect for it, your character for it.
Right.
All of that plays a big part when you say, you know what, I'm going to leave you alone, man. And then you don't say nothing else more than that because it's provoking. You see what I mean? I'm going to leave you alone, man. Whatever you, that's how it is. All right, yo. I'm going to leave you alone. And you walk away. Because when push comes to shove, you got to tell yourself, like, I just saw what I did to him. And it scared me.
Right. That's that discipline.
It scared me. I saw what I did to him. I didn't even touch him yet. I haven't did anything. From the, how long y'all fights last, Sensei? 3 seconds?
Yeah.
3 seconds. You know how...
That's it.
That's it. But in 3 seconds, when you first said something to me, I already saw what I did to you and it scared me. You see what I mean? So I'm inclined to say you win.
Big thanks to Sensei Dom Rooks. Big thanks to Grandmaster Gregory Gilmore. And big thanks to the whole martial arts fam at the Red Dragon Karate Dojo. Treated me like family the whole time I was there. Had a great time there. Had a great time doing the interview. I am very, very much looking forward to seeing you guys again. These guys, like I said before, these guys can highly recommend it, man. So look forward to me being there in the near future and on frequent occasions. Yeah, so like I said, guys, if you know of any martial art, you see how this man is growing, man. Every time I turn around, man, I get requests to go visit another martial arts school, a dojo, some martial arts supply stores. Hopefully, I'll be filming some fights and tournaments live soon. That's in the mix now. That'll be in the near future as well. So stay tuned for that. But just keep sending me the emails, guys. Yeah, I had a great time there. So just stay tuned for the next couple of videos. Oh man, if I might be somewhere airing live for the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. So keep your fingers crossed, Combat Conversation fam. If we can get that locked down, then whoo, that'll be big. But once again, shout out to Sensei Rooks and the RDKD fam. Look forward to coming back there with you guys. And everybody, just like, share, keep the blog site popping, and make sure everybody becomes a part of the conversation. See you guys soon.